There's a secret setting to unlock a new move for Spider-Man. This move is the web zip. Yes, if you aim towards the ground or at head level and press LB, you'll pull off a web zip and cover a lot more ground. To unlock this move, all you do is first go into settings, then go into combat. What you want to do is scroll down and then go to automatic swing and turn that off. When automatic swing is off, that means whenever you aim down or at head level and use your web swing, then you will do a web zip instead. But don't worry, you can still web swing like normal. All you have to do is aim higher than head level and you'll automatically do a web swing. And you can pull off amazing combos this way. It also works with Venom, of course, as well. Venom can do the web zip. So just aim towards the ground or anywhere below head level and you will do a web zip. But also Venom has a unique move that Spider-Man can't do. And when he's web zipping, press X and you will do a splash towards the ground. This causes a lot of damage to enemies nearby. Okay, as Hulk, here is a way you can make jumping a lot easier. Go to settings, go down to hero and hold to activate Incredible Leap, turn that off. So turn hold to activate Incredible Leap off. This means jumping is now a toggle. You don't hold it. So all you do is press A once and then press A again to actually leap. There we go. Press A once and then A again to leap. Now, why would you want to change this? It's simple. Basically, if you only toggle it, then it means you can actually use all of your moves and all your buttons are open to you. You don't have to hold the button down. So you can use your gamma ray bursts and your claps while queuing up a jump. If you hold the button down, which is the default, then it means you can't use any of your moves while you're queuing up for a jump. So I'm just going to show you what that's like. If we have hold to activate Incredible Leap, and now we have to hold the A button down while the leap is charging, we can't use any of our moves, we can't even move the camera. We have to go in a straight line like so while the jump is charging. So you want to have this jump on a toggle, so all you have to do again is just to press A to charge up the jump automatically and you can move around while that jump. There's a way to make gliding a lot more rewardable as Moon Knight. Now you might already be aware that if you aim towards the ground and press the grappling hook button, you'll actually launch yourself into the air. But once you're up here, there's a setting to make gliding take you a lot further. So go into settings, go down to hero, and then what you want to do is click on hold to glide. So it's off by default. You want to select this on. Hold to glide is on. What this does is basically mean you have to hold the button down to glide. Why would you want to do that? Because it means you can turn it off and on as much as you want. This lets you spam glide and cover a lot more distance. It's really good. It's way better than just clicking it once, because once it's off, you can't put it back on again. But if you hold the glide button, then you can turn it off and on whenever you want. This combos really well with his other moves, which is if you aim towards the ground, grapple, like so, and then click the melee stick in, and then melee, then jump, then glide. That's a combo that gets you really high into the air really quickly, and then you can use that glide again. So again, aim towards the ground, jump, melee, and then glide, and there you go. So that's how to be a Moon Knight. Okay, on to Captain America now, and here's a way that makes his running shield combo even more satisfying and just gives you a lot more control over it basically. So go into settings, go down to hold to raise shield, and you want to turn that on. So hold to dash is off and hold to raise shield is on. This means you have to hold the button down, the LT button, to raise your shield. What this does is means you can actually switch in and out of the shield mode really quickly. So look at the speed I'm actually switching between the shield mode and the unshielded mode. Now, as a comparison, let me turn this off. And now see how slowly you're switching between your shield and non-shield. Also, if you could hear my controller here, I'm clicking LT, click, 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 click. That's literally how much I'm clicking the LT button in order to switch down and up with the shield. So yeah, you want to hold the button to have the shield, and that means when you release the button, the shield comes down and it comes up. And you can just yeah, switch between your combat and defensive modes a lot quicker. Okay, so here are the ideal sensitivity settings. Now, look how slowly you turn around as your character on the default sensitivity settings. Imagine someone's hitting you in the back and that's how slowly you turn around. Now, for me, what I like to do is bump up this horizontal sensitivity to 300. So look how quickly you turn around. Here we go. That's how quickly you would turn around, and you will minimize so much damage when you bump up your horizontal sensitivity setting. So again, I like to put that on 300, but it might be a bit too quick for you. If so, you know, you can put that on 250, but definitely increase it more than the default, because imagine you're running around, someone's shooting you in the back. If you have that for 3 or 4 seconds, you've been eliminated. So you really want a high horizontal sensitivity setting. And I'm using Adam Warlock to demonstrate this, but it really goes for literally every character, because there's always going to be a point in a match where someone's shooting you from behind. So whatever character you choose, you always want to use that sensitivity setting. And I would say use the same number across all of your characters, just so it's consistent. So whether it's 250, 300, always try and have the same sensitivity across all of your characters. Okay, speaking of sensitivity settings, this one just applies to the Punisher. Now, it also applies to his mobile gun emplacement. So what I like to do is turn the horizontal sensitivity settings for this one down. So this one is not going up, this one is going down. I like to put this on, 34, 35, let's just say 35, and it means that targeting in this mode and this mode alone is a lot easier. When it's really high, it's so disorientating, it's unbelievable. So I'm going to show you a comparison, and this is an extreme example because I've bumped up the sensitivity way up, but look how bad it handles when the sensitivity is high. That's because it's zoomed in. So when it's zoomed in, this just exaggerates the sensitivity. So yeah, on default, I'm not a fan of the sensitivity for this, so I like to put it a bit lower. So let's say 35 for the Punisher's mobile gun emplacement. And on the topic of the Punisher, this isn't really a setting, but it's just a nice little trick to help you maximize your weapon damage. So there's a way you can actually avoid reloading, and that's by simply switching between your guns. When they run out of bullets, instead of reloading, just switch between them with Y, and you never have to reload. It's kind of an infinite ammo trick. So I'm going to show you what it's like if you actually wait out the full reload time. This is how long it takes to reload your gun. Yes, that is not good. So instead, there's a way around that. All you have to do is switch between your weapons, and you never have to sit through that reload animation again. Amazing. Onto the perfect wall crawling settings now, and this one applies to Jeff the Land Shark. So what I like to have is hold to wall crawl off. So don't have that on, have hold to wall crawl off, which means you don't have to hold a button down while you're on the wall. Also, the direction of wall crawling, have that set as advanced towards crosshair. This means wherever your crosshair is pointing, that's the direction you go, and all you have to do is hold up on the directional stick. So you don't have to keep maneuvering the directional stick all around, which is confusing because you're going to go up and down and side to side. All you have to do is hold up on the directional stick and then point your crosshair wherever you actually want to go, and your character will then follow the direction of your crosshair. It makes it so you can go up any kind of structure, and combined with the fact you don't have to hold a button to cling to the wall, it just makes wall crawling a lot more fun. So yeah, you're not holding a button down, you're just pressing A to get onto the wall, and then moving around with the crosshair to change your direction. Yeah, it's really made wall crawling a lot easier and a lot more fun as Jeff, but this also applies to Spider-Man and Venom and anyone who can wall crawl, really. And finally, on Jeff, continuing on Jeff, have hold to dive set to off. We want hold to dive off, so we want it to be toggleable. This means you can just press LB to dive and you're just under the ground in perpetuity. And what I really like to do is just pop up with my bubble health like this. So you pop up with a bubble health, press LB, go back towards the surface, and you are really hard to actually shoot in this. You will drive the opposition crazy. They will not be able to target you because you're always under the ground, and you're not accidentally going to pop up because you're not holding the button down. All you're doing is pressing the button once, and you are under the ground in safety. And finally, let's talk the ideal reticule types now, and we're going to get in depth with this one. So what you want to do is go down to combat, go down to HUD, and you can select a bunch of different reticules from circles and dots and all this. I really like the crosshair one, but the best way to actually make this even better is to go to advanced and then select reticule animation off. What this does is stop the reticule moving, which can be very distracting. So turn that reticule animation off and stop it moving. In terms of the settings, I like the opacity for 100, the outline width 75, the outline opacity 100, blur 0, center gap 40, crosshair length 30, and crosshair angle 0. And after that, do not forget to scroll up and save this crosshair, because if you do so without saving, then you will actually lose that crosshair. Name it anything you want, and next time you load in, you will have this crosshair. Now, as you can see, I favour a bit of a chunky reticule here, a bit chunkier than normal, but it really makes a difference in the heat of battle when there's loads of things going on, to have a stable crosshair that's not moving, it's not animated, and it's quite thick, so you can actually make it out when there's loads going on. So that does it for this video. Those were some secretive Marvel Rivals settings that are kind of buried in the menu, quite hard to find, but hopefully that changes your experience of Marvel Rivals and maybe improves your game just a little bit. If it does, leave a like for me, and for more Marvel Rivals guides, subscribe to the channel.